Yeah, welcome once again to my channel. I just want to remind you to keep subscribing for more on fashion tidbits. I've already spoken about female figure types or body shapes in fashion, but I have illustrations here to make my presentation clearer. So let's start. Let's begin. In my previous video, I mentioned that the ideal fashion figure, I mean, in fashion, in the fashion world, is the hourglass. Okay, but we have different kind of figure types, and I want us to go through. And by the end of this lesson, you're going to know what your figure type is and how to dress accordingly. And if you're out there, a fashion designer, a fashion student trying to get into fashion, then it is your duty or the goal of the designer to design garments for any kind of figure to look like the ideal fashion figure, which is the hourglass. So this is your aim here as a fashion designer. Right, so the first female figure I actually spoke about is the pear body figure type, or the triangle. This figure type looks just like the pear, avocado pear we all know. Okay, it has a smaller tank. I mean, the bust area is smaller compared to the hip. The hip is wider, and this figure has a moderately smaller waistline. Okay, so what we want to know is the kind of garments that are best for this figure type. All right, so you see, do wear accessories and designs that draw attention to your upper body. So it means that you should get accessories that are big. You don't have a lot of bust area, I mean breast. Okay, so you're gonna wear very heavy accessories that are bold, so that it will draw attention to your upper area. It adds fullness to that area. Remember, we are trying to balance the figure to look like the ideal hourglass figure. Okay, right. And short sleeved tops, shoulder pads to broaden your shoulder, medium or to high necklines. What we mean here is that if you wear short sleeves, there's something in fashion called illusion. It's what the eye sees, and the mind interprets what the mind sees, but that is not the true reflection of what the thing is. So if you wear short sleeves, the eyes of the viewer goes across the body and ends exactly where your short sleeve ends, and ideally creates an illusion of width, so it widens your shoulder area. Okay, that's creating a bit of ball at your upper body. And let's talk about, we can read through my slides as well, so let me just explain. So you avoid baggy garments that will hide your shape. You already have a very nice bottom here, as you can see. So very fitted skirts, like pencil skirts, would work perfectly for you. Don't wear too much things around your waist. Your waist is moderately small. Too much bulk there would hide your nice figure. So the pear-shaped women out there, your figure type isn't bad, but in fashion design, we are just trying to add weight where we are supposed to add, and not add weight where we are not supposed to add, so we can balance the figure to look like the hourglass. Let's move to the next one. The next one is the inverted triangle. That is the exact opposite of the triangle. This figure has a broader chest area, as we can see here, and a narrower hip. This means whatever kind of dressing the pear figure is supposed to do is a reverse for this figure, this inverted triangle body type. Okay, so if you find yourself having a wider shoulder area, or let's say bigger breast or heavy breast, okay, but you have a narrower hip, then the best thing is not to wear things that will draw attention to your neckline, like bold accessories, huge earrings that will draw attention to your bust area. We are trying as much as possible to rather add fullness to your hip area. So skirts that have a little bit of fullness, A-line skirts will be fine for you. Even with dress, A-line dresses will be fine for you as well. Avoid wearing pencil skirts, it will just elaborate your narrow hip. Okay, so any garment that will add a lot of fullness to your hip area will work for you. Avoid wearing short sleeves like I explained in your in my previous video. It will just add length or width to your shoulder area and creating a kind of mess. Okay, hope you understand. So you can wear flowing fabrics, V necklines. V necklines create an illusion of depth and line, and it reduces the bulk that is in your area according to illusion. The next one is the rectangle figure. This one, they are the kind of figures that don't have a lot of curves on their bodies. They look a little boyish. I'm not talking about the muscles and all that, but they have slender arms, slender legs, and the measurement across their shoulder is almost same to the waistline and the hip line. So this is a figure that we need to create more curves for. So garments that have a lot of curves, like let's say a gathered dress. Okay, garments that are well fitted and has a lot of gathers at the waistline, just to add curves to the hip line. Over here we can add curves to the bust area and curves to the hip area. The waist we are not supposed to touch, so immediately we add some bulk in those two areas, we would have this figure having some curves. And the only thing is, avoid wearing clingy fabrics because it's going to bring out your boyish shape. I mean fabrics or garments that are very close to your body. Wear garments that are a bit loose, snugly fitted, and it's well fitted on you. We're not talking about something that is very huge. You aren't pregnant yet. Yes, so that is good for you. Again, you can read through my slides and you would have a more understanding. Now we have the perfect figure according to fashion, the hourglass figure or body type. They have the bust area or the shoulder area and the hip area of the same measurements or similar measurements, and they have a tinier waist, and this is the figure 8 we all dream to have as ladies. Yes, we know. So this figure does not really have a lot of problems dressing. Okay, all they need to do is to prevent wearing clothing that would add a lot of bulk to their waist area, because immediately you add bulk to your waist area, it means that you're going to hide the curve on your body. So you avoid wearing bulky fabrics, baggy styles, because they will just hide your figure, but for you, most dresses really work good on you, even with heels. All right. Then we have the diamond shape. The diamond has an undefined waist. They didn't have much curve, but they rather have a lot of fat around the stomach area, and they have a high stomach area. You may also have a full or flat bottom. Behind you it's quite flat or full, so it depends on the kind of figure type. But what you're supposed to do is not to wear very tight clothing to reveal all the bulk or the fat in your waist area or at your tummy area. You are supposed to wear fabric garments that are good fitting though, but they are a bit flared out from your body. Okay, so you can wear semi-fitted and loose fitted clothes. Okay, and make sure your bras or your underwears are well adjusted so that it wouldn't expose the fleshy parts of your body. All right, and I think that's cool for this design. Then we have a rounded oval figure. They look almost similar to the diamond figure type, but their overall appearance is round, especially in the waist region. They are quite round, and they have hips that are wide, upper thighs are very full, and the bottom could be full or flat. Right, so we are aiming attention upwards or towards your shoulders and face. So you're going to wear earrings and necklaces and other focal points designed to draw an observer's eye up towards your shoulders and face, because we want to prevent the viewer from seeing all the fleshy part down there.